Georgia father-son sentenced to life for hate crimes and Ahmaud Arbery's death. Let's talk about it. The father and son who are serving life in prison for Ahmaud Arbery's murder were again sentenced to life in prison Monday, which is today, on federal hate crime charges. Travis McMichael, who fatally shot Ahmaud Arbery, will serve his federal sentence of life plus 10 years. McMichael declined to address the court. His father, Gregory, will serve life in a state prison plus 7 years. They both will serve the federal sentence concurrently with the state time. Their neighbor, William, who was also convicted of murder, was set to be sentenced on Monday afternoon. A jury in February found that the three men, who are white, violated Arbery's civil rights and targeting him because of his race. Arbery was black. Arbery, 25, was killed on February 23rd, which is my birthday 2 years ago, after the McMichaels grabbed guns and jumped in a truck to chase Arbery after spotting him running past their home outside Brunswick. Brian joined the chase in his home truck, helped block Arbery's escape. A recorded cell phone video of Travis McMichael shooting Arbery at close range as the men struggled. Prosecutors in a federal trial, which lasted a week, including evidence they said showed the men killed Arbery out of racial animus, which include the use of racial slurs and repeated racist characterization of black people who committed alleged crimes. Defense attorneys argued the McMichaels and Brian pushed Arbery. No, they did not. Not because of his race, but because of earnest. Though earnest suspicion that Arbery had committed crimes in the neighborhood. The McMichaels and Brian were found guilty of one count each of interference with rights and attempted kidnapping in February. The McMichaels were also convicted of one count of using, carrying, and banishing and firing, in Travis McMichael's case, a gun during and in relations to a crime of violence. Arbery's killing helped federal and nationwide racial reckoning over the killings of unarmed black people, including George Floyd and Breonna Taylor in Kentucky. Two cases that are also resulting in federal charges. On Monday, several family members of Arbery's family asked the judge to impose the maximum sentence and insisted he serve his time in state prison. While Monday's sentencing hearings signals the end of the lengthy legal process for Arbery's killers, his mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, noted that the former Glenn County District Attorney, Jackie Johnson, is still awaiting trial on charges of violating her oath of office and hindering a police investigation. Prosecutors allege Johnston used her position to protect McMichael and his son. Well, we all know about that. Cooper Jones said she'd like to see the consequences of Waycross Judicial Sucking District Attorney George Barnhill, who intentionally claimed that McMichael and Brian acted in self-defense. The journey is now over. We still have more to do, she said at the press conference following McMichael's sentencing. Although the defendants are already serving life sentence, the experts have said the federal conviction and Arbery's death are not just symbolic. The additional sentence ensured they will serve prison time even if their murder convictions are overturned on appeal. Unlike the state murder charges, federal hate crime convictions are also acknowledge the racist motivations of what many call a modern-day lynching, experts said. Experts have also said the case show Justice Department is taking prosecuting crimes motivated by hate more seriously. They always said that, and yet nothing's been done. Although hate crimes reported have risen in recent years, the officers are rarely prosecuted. Just 2 people were convicted of federal hate crimes in Georgia from '05 to 2019, according to Bureau of Justice Statistics. Georgia did not have hate crime legislation until after Arbery's death. In November, 3 men were convicted of murder in a state trial and were later sentenced to life in prison, with both McMichaels denying any chances of parole. All 3 defendants have remained jailed in coastal Glenn County in the custody of the U.S. Marshals while awaiting sentencing after their federal convictions in January. Each were denied appeals in a federal hate crimes trial, according to an online court filing. Travis McMichael's attorney asked Monday for her clients to be placed in federal custody first before he served in time in the state prison due to death threats he received. "I am concerned my client faced a backdoor death penalty," she said. First of all, your client is a murderer and a racist. Why all of a sudden you want to give him sympathy because he's white? That don't make no sense. Murderers don't deserve to breathe. Murderers don't deserve to breathe on earth. Let me put it to you this way. As a murderer, you deserve everything that comes to you. You took away a brother, you took away the human being's life because he was running across your property, and your client has a racist motivation to take a man's life away. And you want to be concerned for him because of death threats. He deserved all of that. He murdered a black man. Are you crazy? One by one, members of Arbery's family asked the judge to impose the maximum sentence to have McMichael serve his sentences in Georgia State Prison rather than serving time in a federal penitentiary, where conditions are seen as better. I would say set him a jail that is dirty, worse conditions, and make their lives hell. Because not only that you did something evil, but you took away a person's life because they were minding their own business. And y'all have plenty of reasons to do, to do this because if they're black. So when it comes to this case, racism still exists. And race does play a huge role in this situation. And if you try to tell me otherwise, get off of my comment section and get off of my videos. This is real life we're talking about here. So I don't want to hear you say he didn't, saying that, oh, they did nothing wrong because they're only trying to protect their property. No. They took a man's life because he was black. That's the reason. Here's my thoughts on this whole thing. Racist people don't ever be held accountable for their actions. They get away with so much stuff to the point where the whole world is going to say that being racist is okay. No, it's not. As bad as the world is right now, you barely see people give love to one another. And all you get is hate crimes left and right. It's been happening for years. Ain't nothing gonna change about it. So, a justice was served for Arbery's family, but it's not gonna bring him back. As for the McMichaels and that crappy neighbor of theirs, I hope they get everything handed to them in hell, because that's the kind of place they deserve to be in. And they do not deserve to breathe on Earth, on this planet. Because you took away a man's life for minding his own business, jogging. You clearly had racist intentions, racist motivation to take away the man's life. And their attorney gonna have the nerve to try to stop this whole thing before they decided to give these 2 or 3 life sentences. Because now I feel like you're stepping for murderers. So, like I said, I'm glad that Arbery's family has gotten justice. And I hope that people are watching this video. Despite my bad ratings, I don't care. I hope you get the message for what I'm trying to say. And I hope that the world sees bad examples of racist people in America that get no accountability being held accountability for their actions. And it starts today with the Arbery situation. And not only that, you got 3 officers that were charged in murder of Breonna Taylor. Cannot forget about that. So, this is the beginning. Justice will be served for the family, and I pray that they are healed from this. They can go and inspire so many people of what to do if your loved one is being taken away by a hate crime. So if y'all want the article, I will post it in the description below. This is the long article. So I'm gonna holler at y'all in my other video.